Today, I've come to realize something, and I find it relieving and important to share. I've been, to put it simply, because it's more complex than this, but to put it simply, um, I've been afraid to express myself. I've been hiding. That's maybe the wrong word, but if you really knew who I was, we'd be best of friends, in my opinion. You know, I have humor. I am a totally different person. I'm very uptight or serious here on the recordings, and you can see that. You know, every time I just, I don't smile, I don't laugh. It's rare, but you put me in the company of others, and yeah. But actually realizing that, why was I doing that to myself? Um, I believe part of it, or a majority of it, was being judged by others. See, Scientologists are going to look at me as a complete failure. And they look at me in the worst way. Except those who actually know me in Scientology, like Linda. I'm not going to say who you are. Linda, you knew me. I didn't I didn't make sense to you. I will always remember that time you screamed at me. Right in front of the HGC, saying, I'm gonna find out what you're hiding. And you were raging. Dude, the look in your eyes, the gritted teeth, the pointed finger. You rattled those keys of yours like a fucking bell, and it would just fucking make everybody who feared you, which was the majority, it'd make everybody panic inside, could cause anxiety. And you knew it. You knew it. And you have your reasons. You know, you think it's the way LRH wants it, the way Lafayette. Can we just call him by his actual name? It's not to be funny. It's to remind us all that he's just a fucking human. His name is Lafayette. That's his name. Call him Lafayette Hubbard. But he wanted the L. I don't think he deserves that anymore. I don't respect the man. I know who he is finally. His name is Lafayette. I want to remember to call him by his real name. And I want you, Linda, to call him by his real name, Lafayette. Because you know it's fucking phony. And you're trapped. You got nowhere to go. This is your family. And that's okay. It's okay. They're your dear family. I was there once. I was part of that family. With you in it. And I still stuck around because I did think it was me. I did think, well, it was really, really mentally destructive when you did that to me in the hallway. one of the effects you created immediately was that I couldn't trust my own feelings. You understand? Because I knew that was not true. It had to do with auditing. It had to do with, like, maybe I did everything right. I remember, man, there were days when I tried. I never not tried. I loved auditing. I never avoided it. You painted a picture in my mind, and to others probably, how I'm avoiding auditing, and I'm not. And you know that. I was a troubled PC, I will tell you that. There's a long history of me. I say long only because of most of my entire time in auditing. It wasn't a lot of auditing at all, but um, with it. Sorry, I got distracted. You should know these things. I know I was in the middle of saying the effects that you've created on me, but I guess my brain was like, nope, I'm not going to go there because I forgot. It might come back. I want to tell you. I'm not resisting. Um, consciously, I'm not resisting. I don't know if there's something there that's blocking it. You see what kind of shit is created? Can you please take what I say sincerely and don't make excuses for what I have to say as somebody who's type 3 because I'm a schizoaffective disorder? I have it. It's bipolar type. For all this time, I thought it was depressive type, but I got with my doctor and I explained my manics, how often they happen, and the history of them in more detail. And it is indeed bipolar type. And it is the correct diagnosis, let me tell you that. Psychiatry is not Satan. Lafayette worshipped Aleister Crowley. Linda, you know what I'm talking about. Don't brush it off. Just please take me serious. Lafayette worked with, adored, followed, and practiced Aleister Crowley's work. Aleister Crowley is no joke. Whether you believe it or not, in demons, angels, and everything else, whether you believe it or not, they're here. I'm sorry, I lost track. I think it's maybe a little difficult to talk to you. I'm fine talking to you, but I've never done this, and I've always wanted to. I was afraid to talk to you. because of what you've done to me. You've done it to so many others. What you did to the other Matt, Matt was a tortured soul. Scientology tortured him. And he'll never admit it. It was the correct disciplines he needed so he can VOT and have full consciousness next lifetime of everything you've done. Sounds wonderful. I mean, it really does. It is a very enticing material from a false prophet. From a, not even false, well, yeah, he prophesied, but he didn't call it that. And he was a very false prophet. He lied to you. He had schizophrenia to some massive degree, but he believed in spirits. That's my point. He believed in them. Occultic sexual practices with the other guy who invented the rocket. These guys were dark, man. They're not just like their smiling faces on a newspaper. That's not who they are. They're dark. And he was very ambitious. That was him before Scientology. When Aleister Crowley died, because he claimed, Aleister claimed that he was the beast. No. The beast system is taking place right now, and I would give you a little hint. It has to do with the letters AI. But there's much more to talk about with that. In my opinion and my observations, I'd like to share it with you sometime. Not you, Linda, but with the audience. And Linda, if you want to see me more often, that's cool. I want you to understand something, that I don't have hatred for you. I understand what happened. I understand. I'm not happy with you. I don't want to see you. Ever. I don't want to fucking communicate to you. Ever. Not because of the abuse only. Abuse damage. But because I think what you do is repulsive. It's disgusting. It's a false religion. Okay? I know you know that. You can keep yourself nice and snuggled in your Scientology family where everyone adores you, and you're getting older, because I did see you because of Cubs Champion 16. Thank you to him. You're getting older. Look at me. I'm getting older. Look at me. Look at this. I'm losing some hair. Got some hair loss. I'm getting older, Linda. Stay with your comfy family, because they'll take care of you while you believe this false cultic religion. And it is not a religion. Don't say to yourself the PR shit, lie. Because it has to be approved to be a religion here. And that's, I'm not going to go down that road. I'll keep to my point. I don't have any hatred for you. Soulfully, like deep down, like if we stripped away all that sin, we're all sinners, okay? I've kind of finally got my bearings on the word sin. Like it's such a triggering word and misused, but I've come to understand what it actually means, and it's more enlightening than you think. This, I'm not describing it correctly. Let me get back to the topic. Um, Deep down, I love you, and I actually mean that. Jesus of Nazareth showed me that, and I'm very honest when I say that. False religions, cults, use that as a platform and copy it and twist it. And people lose trust. Big time. Lafayette created so much distrust in Jesus of Nazareth that he felt he did in his accomplishment. Oh yeah, my point earlier was that Aleister Crowley believed that he was the beast. When he passed away, L. Ron Hubbard claimed he was now the beast. You know how to look things up, Linda, if you don't know that already. I'm telling you the truth. I'm not lying to you. I'm not lying to you. I'm not saying a falsehood that I read. When you look at his entire history of his destruction, how many people actually stop and look? Because you're brainwashed, programmed. I like the word programmed because it kind of is. You are programmed, like I was before, not anymore. It's not that hard to break after a while when you have the right group like this. We can help you, by the way, if ever that comes to your mind. Because it's getting crazy right now in the world. And it's okay. These things must happen. This is in the book of Matthew. These things must take place. He explains why. Jesus of Nazareth. All those statistics are evil because they show you how well you're bringing people to hell. Not literally. I do believe this is a form of hell, literally. I don't know exactly what it is, but I do believe that. But figuratively, like emotional hell, spiritual hell. You know how many nervous breakdowns people have had. You know because you used to be in the Office of Special Affairs. before you became what you are. You've seen a lot of shit. I bet you're probably during the time of Paulette Cooper. I wouldn't doubt it. Thank you for listening, Linda. I'm being sincere with you. I want you to know what damage you've done to me. I'm not attacking you. It's not malice. It's truth. Like, you need to know. I'm doing fine now. I'm correctly diagnosed. I have the most loving wife that Jesus of Nazareth gave me. I do believe Jesus is God. I could say the word God. And it's okay when people don't believe the same thing. I'm not about religion. Religion is done with me, dude. I am done with religion. I have been for a long time. I've gotten into other religions since, not heavily, but anyway, that's a whole other subject. But I am done with religion. I have come to the very firm understanding that the foundation, the rock, is God Almighty, the I Am, the King of Kings. King of Kings. There's a reason why it's this way. Sorry, I'm going to stop because I'm just going to keep on talking about it. I'll make a new video for that someday. Yeah, Linda, my life is so much better because I'm understood now. Okay? I'm actually understood now. And I'm being cared for. And I've seen so much shit. And there's way more people that's seen way more shit. And I know there's people watching this that's in Scientology. You just hear my sincerity. I mean, you read success stories. I'm not being critical here. Well, kinda. But you read success stories. Can you read a complaint? Can you read an upset? Or can you listen? I believe you can. Can you take it? Can you take it as truth? I hope you do. I say this because, and I'm talking to the Scientologists, I say this because you really need to know the effects it has on people. Please, you're not allowed to look, despite everything that is preached in Scientology, and you know the simple references that's shown to new people about how important it is to look and have integrity, and you ruin that word integrity, damn it. Just PTSD. It slowly heals. Willpower helps. God helps. I guess that's it for now. And to my audience, my subscribers, I don't want to call you subscribers. It just sounds so unfriendly. I don't know. To my friends, how about that? Thank you for listening, and thank you for letting me open up and be a little bit more myself. I will I hope to continue doing more videos and not being afraid to show who I am. You know, those who have similar conditions as mine might really understand what I'm talking about. And this is very, very therapeutic for me. I want to thank you so much, to all of you, for being here. Thank you. My heart does go to you. My heart does go to you. I do pray for you guys in the way I can. I just want to say this about prayer. It doesn't matter how you pray. It's the sincerity. It's the actual level of sincerity. It can be looking so foolish to somebody. Like, look at the way he prays. It don't matter at all. There's no correct way. The only correct way is sincerity. And you can literally say this. You could say, God, I sincerely don't understand you. God, I sincerely think you're a fucking lie. You think you can offend God? He sees everything. He's omnipresent. It's fucking amazing. This is a creation. We're getting closer to understanding all these things in Revelation because of the times we're in. Things are being revealed because we're in those times. For example, we now know, for some time now, we now know about cell life, biology, and all those incredibly detailed sciences about atoms and everything like that. Oh, DNA. Everything has a blueprint. Everything's got a blueprint, including behavior. Animals, their instincts. You know, they just know how to do it. And even without their parents or mother or whatever, they can just know how to do certain things. It's in their blueprint. And we know this. Even inanimate objects have a blueprint. And we're at the point now where we can create synthetic nature. Like, we can mess with that blueprint now, which has its good and evil. Anyway, it's fascinating, and I'll talk more about it later. But thank you. And one of the reasons I hesitate to be myself is that I feel like a fool. And I've always felt that way my whole life. I feel like I've always looked back in my life at moments and felt cringe. I do have a lot of cringing moments. The truth of it is, I have a condition. I'm sorry. I did drugs. When I was 16, I started pot. When I was maybe even 16 or 17, I did acid a few times, up to 18 or 19. And plus other drugs. I did all of my hard drugs when I was a teenager. And that affected me, and I believe contributed to my condition. Also, it's in my family. I've discovered the actual links of the family tree that have same, if not similar, conditions. And that explains so much. That's truth man. It's truth, not Scientology. I want to pray for those Scientologists, staff members, and public who have a condition, who have autism, Asperger's, which we used to call it ASD, suicidal, that's a heavy one. I didn't mean to say it, but it's needed. Let's pray for them. Let's pray the ones with schizophrenia and other very life-changing or very I can't think of the words and I feel like I'm stalling. Thank you for keeping up with me. Those in Scientology who have conditions that cause them not to see the truth and to fall into it deeper, much like I did. Dude, I fell into it. I fell into it. That's my condition. Those are my manics. That's my hyper focus. And it was abused. I was trapped for 10 plus years. I wasn't trapped with the people around me. I had many friends, I guess. But all right, can we do a moment of silence? Let's do a moment of silence for those you wish to pray for. Those you give your heart to God in this moment coming up. All you have to do is feel the love of those you are thinking of. Get the concept, deliver it to God. Let's have a moment of silence. Thank you. Thank you so much. I love you all.